Okay guys, figured I'd give you a quick update. So on this biopellet reactor issue that I'm having for it, this is the 500 Reef Dynamics biopellet reactor, and there's my turbulence rate. That's as high as I can get it, as turbulent as I can get it without causing the pellets to get sucked up too much in the recirc chamber at the top. They are stuck a little bit. You can see I cleaned that just a few days ago, so I'm pretty happy that that's all that's there. According to the guys at RD, you know, if that thing's clogged 50%, that's okay. Just take it out once in a while. So there's my turbulence. Again, the GFO is offline. There's carbon in there, no GFO. That's the first line of the manifold. Second line, that blue is the intake for the reactor, and the effluent's going right to the skimmer. So the note here, when I introduced the biopellet reactor, I had 0 phosphate because I had GFO. On day 1 of biopellet, I took GFO offline. So phosphates began to climb to their current level of 0.3. It is now end of November. I introduced biopellet mid-September. 2.5 months or so. And my phosphates are now 0.3. My nitrates are still kicking in that 25 plus parts per million range. I have a huge amount of fish upstairs in that 120. So I've got a lot of bioload. I feed pretty well. There's no acros up there, which is why I'm experimenting now to get this thing right. But a lot of fish and a lot of feeding. And my thought was that with the heavy nutrients to begin with, that I would not need to seed the biopellets. Just let the existing high nitrate, phosphate, nutrient environment do its thing and let the pellets absorb it in the system. Now there's talk of giving a more localized introduction of bacteria by soaking these pellets in Zeobac or MB7 or whatever to kind of kick that. So here's my flow rate, that top blue line, that top blue valve here, that's trimmed down to 250 gallons a day. I measured that by way of a beaker that's going to the skimmer. Here's a skimmer. This is day 2 of having raised the skimmer from its initial 11-inch water volume to current 7-inch. So all I did is I lifted the skimmer up. I made another pedestal for it. Day 2, here's a production. Not much skimmate, but bear in mind that is a huge collection cup. That thing's probably 11 inches. Here's a production. You can see the crut line here. It's kind of the top third of the upper neck. Here's production in terms of foam. In terms of skimmate, not a lot. Excuse me, there's very little skimmate there, but that's kind of how it has been. For sake of comparison, here's my frag tank. No frags, another long story. But here's the SRO 3000. There's a production there. You can see, and this is again 2 days of production. I cleaned them at the same time. Kind of that green tea skimmate we speak of. This skimmer's been thoroughly cleaned down to the impeller, and it's all good to go there. I had thought that I hooked up an air line, an air pump to it. So this air goes to this wall behind here, which is a finished basement area. So the air in there that it's taking in is processed, air conditioned, dehumidified. It's also the same air that's running here. And I did try hooking up an air pump to this thing. I ran one at 70 liters a minute just to see what would happen. Hey, could I literally double the pressure here? This skimmer, according to SRO, runs at 2100 liters per hour of air. I did put an air flow meter up to it, and it's not quite there, but close to it. So that tells me it's running fairly efficiently in terms of its air. So what do I do? Do I seed these pellets? There's talk of that, getting more localized seed production. I'll say here that this biomass, this biofilm and or sponge, that's been accumulating a bit. I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent. There is low flow in there, only 250 gallons a day. Do I seed these pellets maybe? Give that a shot? Therefore the system itself not producing it? or something else. Appreciate your thoughts, guys. Thanks. Signing off.